So hi guys, how are you all? Welcome back to is it a channel? I don't know. So hi guys, welcome back. I just want to do a quick video, but I keep talking. Okay, yeah, I'm meant to be talking, right? Okay, so guys, what I want to share has to do with generations and generations. So have you been in that space whereby you feel like you're going to make the same mistakes that your parents made, or maybe other people made, or something like that in your life, and you feel like, okay, because of this blah blah blah, or your past would like allow you to make the same mistake. Okay, for instance, for me, a lot of things, like one of the things that I deal with is the fact that, oh, in high school I wasn't that smart, and now people are like, oh my goodness, Vicky, you're so smart. I'm like, you, you have no idea. You don't know who you're talking about. Me, no. I was like literally, I don't know. I don't know if I should tell you that I was average in school. I don't know if I was average. I don't even know how I graduated from high school, secondary school. So imagine now in this season of my life, I could be because like sometime, in the past I went through depression, and sometimes okay, so now I get to see that coming up again over, like, I now know the trigger of my anxiety and all those things. And a lot of times I tend to say, oh, put, and all the whole things that have happened to me in the past comes back to the future to come and tell me, oh, you're this, you're that, because this happened in the past, so you're this. Or coming to share something, like, I like to be very vulnerable and tell you about my story, because my past doesn't define my future. So I put it out there, and I'm not talking about my past just to condemn it. I'm talking about my past so we can all learn from it and become better people. So, for instance, my family, my parents are separated, and I remember for a very long time I used to think that, oh, I'm going to end up like my parents when I get married. And then over the years, as I kept soaking myself in the love of God and getting to know more about God's love, or God Himself, because He is love, I got to realize that no, like, those past, like, just because I'm their child and they made certain mistakes that I could sit down and analyze. Oh, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is what you're supposed to do. And maybe oh, I see myself acting in a certain way, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to end up like my parents. Then just because of that doesn't mean that um that was going to be my future, because a lot of things that I did in the past, I don't see myself doing that anymore again, because I have been renewed by God's word. I've been renewed by, I'm continuously being renewed by God's word and His love and His mercy and His Holy Spirit within me. So, just because of, like, not just because if I have that, does that mean that my past is going to become my present or my future? No, that doesn't mean. So if you've been in that space whereby you have to, like, feel so anxious of, like, oh, what about if I become like, if I end up like my parents, or I end up like I made a mistake last time and I'm going to make that same mistake that's going to cause havoc, like, what if that happens? I just want to tell you that some, like, also one other thing that is very very important is that sometimes I've seen in Nigeria, like, because I'm half Nigerian, and I grew up in Nigeria, so Nigeria is like where I understand mostly more. And then I see a lot of things of how people talk, like the older generation of how they talk, and I'm like, what is different between them and us is that we have knowledge, and the fact that we're open to learn. I know that not all people think this way, but I have seen a lot of people who are open to learning. And the difference between open to learning is that it's like the Bible says, in getting your knowledge, gain understanding. And one thing for us all that I have to advise that we all have to intentionally do is gain understanding of what we need to do. Let it not just be a head knowledge, let it be a heart transformation, more like that. So this is something that is so different about us, that the more we're getting to know more about God and understand his love for us, not just know that, oh, Jesus died for us and we are free and we don't live by the law but by grace. It's not just knowing it, but understanding it. Let it change your heart, let it saturate all of you. The more you get to like know this, the more you walk in the love of God, the more you walk in the will of God. So, and walking in the will of God is full of surprises, and it's full of like, for God has the plan of good for you and not of evil, to bring you hope and a future. And God is a good God. There's no bad in him. He is righteous, he's pure, he's holy. It's like if your earthly parents could give you, like, if you ask them for a bread and they don't give you a snake, how much more is your heavenly Father going to care for you? So let me just tell you, your mistakes, your past, or whatever happened in the past, or whatever lineage you are connected to, doesn't define your future and doesn't define your present now and now. So God, something just came into my head and I just lost it. But yeah, I just want to encourage you guys that don't dwell in that anxiety that, oh, my past will define my future, or my past will define my now, or if people hear about my past, what will like, they won't like me anymore. You're not your past. That is your old self, and your old self have been buried. Like, you are like buried. Like, it did not even resurrect Jesus. Okay. So yeah, so I just wanted to put it out there that, yeah, this is what I wanted to do, is to just like me intentionally. It's not easy, but intentionally stepping forward and stepping into God's love and knowing that his love is there for you. It's going to lead you to a beautiful place, and you're not going to end up like anyone. And one more thing I just keep saying one more thing. One more thing I need to also add to this is that, because I just remembered what I wanted to say, is that a lot of times with, like, I don't know if you guys have heard about generational curses. Generational curse is whereby you know something, you're not acting upon it, because the last generation knew the same thing maybe that you know now, but did not act upon it. So if they did not act upon it and become better people, and that's drawing them closer to Christ, and you know this, and it's not drawing you closer to Christ, you're walking in that generational circle. And this is not who we want to be. We don't want to go in circles. We are moving forward. Moving forward. Okay, bye guys.